Welcome! In this short video, you'll learn the basics of posting an adjustment in revenue results. Because posting an adjustment is similar in some ways to posting a payment, we recommend that you first watch the posting a payment video. An adjustment is an increase or a decrease to the amount a debtor owes. To increase the owed amount, you enter a positive adjustment. To decrease the amount, you enter a negative adjustment. There are many reasons why you might need to post an adjustment. For example, a judge decreases, increases, or dismisses an existing fine. Your department applies a collection fee to each account it receives, or your data entry clerk enters an incorrect amount. In this video, I will touch briefly on all three of these examples. Through the examples, you'll learn the basics such as how to increase or decrease the amount owed on an existing line item, how to record adjustment information for audits, how to allocate adjustments manually, and when and how to add an adjustment as a new line item to an account. We won't spend much time on the features already covered in the posting a payment video. These include the posting date, pro rata, and the posting of single or multiple transactions. If needed, you can find more details in the Training Center at rrtrainingcenter.com. Now let's get started. Posting an adjustment begins with creating the adjustment entry. In this video, Mark Jones owes $1,000 in parking citations. The court penalized him an additional $100 for arguing with a parking official, increasing the amount owed to $1,100. Mark appealed the penalty, and the court reduced it to $50. So we'll need to enter an adjustment of minus $50 to decrease the penalty. I'll begin in Mark's debtor folder. Then, in the Actions panel, I'll click Enter Adjustments. Let's start by entering the adjustment amount. To increase an owed amount, enter a positive dollar amount. To decrease it, enter a negative amount. Since we want to reduce Mark's penalty by $50, I'll type minus 50 in the amount field. In our configuration of revenue results, automatic allocation is set as the default. This means that revenue results distributes amounts to all of the line items according to the settings configured by your system administrator. In this example, revenue results distributes the allocation according to pro rata. You can also perform a manual allocation, but I'll leave the auto allocation enabled for now. Now I'll set the posting date. As we saw in the posting a payment video, the posting date is important for reporting purposes. Be sure this date is correct because you cannot change it after posting. We want today's date in this example, so we'll leave it as is. Always select a reason for your adjustment. Revenue Results stores the reason in the debtor notes, compiling a complete account history for your audits. The adjustment reason is for information only. It does not affect the account amounts. For Mark's reduced penalty, I'll select Balance Decrease. Revenue Results also stores comments in the debtor notes, but you don't always need to enter a comment, and in this case I won't. To perform a manual allocation, I first unselect the auto allocation checkbox. I then unselect the line items I don't want to allocate the adjustment to. In this example, I want to only make the adjustment to penalty, so I leave it selected. Notice how Revenue Results keeps track of the allocations on the Adjustment tab. Then I'll enter minus 50 in the adjustment field. So that's how you enter a negative adjustment to decrease an owed amount. To increase the owed amount, you would repeat these steps but enter a positive adjustment and select Balance Increase as the reason. To dismiss a penalty, you would enter the entire penalty amount as a negative adjustment and select Waived as the reason. I've completely allocated the adjustment. All that's left is posting the adjustment, which I'll do off screen. We'll cover posting later in this video. Now let's look at how Revenue Results process the negative adjustment. Revenue Results did not change the original balance. It recorded the adjustment as a negative amount, and it updated the owed amount. Now let's add a new line item. You add a new line item when the adjustment is not an increase or a decrease to an existing line item. Our department charges a $25 collection fee to each new account. Here, I've already performed the previous steps of entering the adjustment amount, setting the posting date, selecting a reason for the adjustment, and entering a comment. Notice that the Auto Allocate checkbox does not have a check mark in it. That's because we highly recommend that you turn off this feature whenever you add a new line item. I'll click the Add New Line Item link. If the debtor has multiple accounts, each account displays in the list. You can then select the account from the list to make the adjustment to. In the New Line Item window, I'll select the account for this line item. Then I'll select the type of adjustment this is. The reference field is used for differentiating between similar line items. This is the only collection fee, so I'll leave this blank. The incurred date is today, which is selected by default. The entire adjustment amount goes to this line item, so the amount field is fine. And finally, I've already recorded this as a collection fee in the comment field, so there's no need for a description. You can also apply an adjustment to the original balance. This means that you can change the original charge amount, which is useful for correcting posting errors. To fix a posting error, I would follow the same steps used to apply a collection fee. That is, I would create a new line item and add it to the account. I would then expand the new line item charge amount field. To post, we need to meet 3 conditions. 1, we entered the adjustment correctly. 2, the balances match. And 3, the adjustment is completely allocated. We've met all of these conditions. Let's post this adjustment. If this were the only adjustment to post, I'd click Post. If I had another adjustment to enter for the same debtor, I'd click Post and do another. If I had another adjustment to enter for a different debtor, I'd click Post and do another, and then click Search Debtors. Let's look at how revenue results process this positive adjustment. It did not change the original balance because it was not a posting error and we did not need to correct that amount. It added the positive $25 collection fee to the previous adjustment amount of -$50 for a new amount of -$25, and it updated the owed amount from $1,050 to $1,075. Before we go, let's review what you've learned. To increase an owed amount, enter a positive adjustment. To decrease it, enter a negative adjustment. Always select a reason for the adjustment so that your account records are complete for your audits. Your system administrator defines if you will auto-allocate or manually allocate adjustments. But remember that you can use the check marks to change where the allocation happens if needed. If you are not increasing or decreasing an existing line item, you must add an adjustment as a new line item. You would apply a new line item to the original charge amount only if correcting a posting error. We breeze through posting date, allocation rules, and posting transactions, so if you need more information, see the Posting a Payment video. Congratulations! You've finished the Posting an Adjustment video. Thanks for taking the time to learn about adjustments. For more information, see the online help at rrtrainingcenter.com.